going on, ladies and gentlemen? I just want to take this time and explain the things which I haven't covered in documentation or in explanation text, which I've written as part of the script. So the things which I'm going to cover here are auto confirm, creation of admin orders, OPED allocation, the allocations themselves, pending payments, the listing of both GHs and PHs, and then from there support tickets and then anything that I will cover as I go from one step to the next. So we're going to start by logging into the administrator system. Let's get to it without wasting any time. So this is what you do. You go to administrator area. This is different because I'm running it on my local. So there are some other things we will also look at, like the background picture which you see here, and how you can actually change that if you were to manage it. So let's get to it. So you are logging in as an administrator, huh? So administrator logs in here, so you just see a glance of few details which you would need as an administrator, like knowing how many members, the number of deposits, withdrawals. We can also say deposits are PHs and then withdrawals are GHs. So these are stats of a 24-hour period. So that's how it works. And then if you do have tickets, you will just see them here. So the tickets you see here are tickets which the members or the users have created on their client side or on their client area. So you just see them here, you see their username, you see the type of a ticket, which is more like a category in which the ticket falls to, the priority, the ticket subject, and then the time, and then yeah, that's going to be it, and how many replies, and then the status of the ticket. So if you were to interact with the tickets, if you see a ticket here, so the idea here, the reason why it's on the landing page, on the first page that you see, is because I think tickets are the one thing that you need to take actions to. So if they show up here, you actually be inclined to actually take an action. So let's say you want to make changes to this. You just click the ticket section, so the subject, you can chat with the person, and then until the ticket is resolved, you can chat with the user can chat back on their side. And then once the ticket is closed, if you feel like the ticket has been closed, you just click this button and confirm that it has been closed. So if you do come back to your home page, you'll see that the ticket has been closed. So what I'm going to add, and then it might not be in this video, but what I'm going to add is that every ticket that has been closed will be removed from here. That's what's going to happen. The script that you're purchasing right now, that has been sorted. So this is just that I recorded this prior to actually making some other changes which I'll discover as I'm recording this video and going further. So let's not waste any time. So there are two sections to managing the script. So the system administrator is your daily activities that you do, which has to do with users, PHs, and GHs. The main global settings are the settings that are for the system, which you can just make changes once and never have to worry about making any of the changes thereafter. So we're gonna start from here. User management, I have explained this in the script or documentation sort of that I've created. But then what you find here is just a list of users which have registered within the system. So you'll find just the list of all those users, their names and whatsoever, if their email address has been confirmed or not, and then their phone numbers, their first name, last name, when did they join, their last sign in, how many times have they logged in. So you just click on this. If you were to make changes to this, you just click the username. Once you click the username, it takes you to a much more detail about the specific user or about the specific client. You'll also see that you'll find their sponsor details once you do this. So you can make changes to this, and then based on what you want to make changes to, you can make changes from then. And then if you want to give a user access to be an administrator, because an administrator, there will be like one administrator, then if you want to make one user to be an administrator, you just come here and then you just select administrator. So once you select an administrator, you come and you set your changes here, and then the changes will be set so that user can log in as an administrator on the administrator panel and have all the access that they need. Let's say a user failed to verify their phone number or their email address. So you just come here, you say yes, the email address has been verified, or you say yes, the contact number has been verified. Or if you want to allow the user to be able to post his testimonials prior to them actually making a PH or doing an investment, and then investment going through the system and being confirmed, you can also just give them the permission. Like right now, I'm gonna do that just for testing purposes, so we can see that I've added one permission, I've changed the changes to the top up. Okay, enough about that. Another thing that the person administrator can see is what you find here on the activities. So for every activity that goes within the system, if a user is making an investment, if a user is uploading a proof of payment, if a user is doing a withdrawal, if a user is doing a lot of things, then those activities are being recorded by the system, and then those activities, you see them here on the timeline. So moving on to what's important as part of what I'm supposed to be recording, support tickets. Support tickets, as I've explained them, you've seen them on the landing page, on the first page when we logged in. They work the very same way. So you should just maybe reverse this video and watch of how we actually managed to actually close this ticket. So we can do the same here. We can just click it and start chatting with this person. You can write any content, and then you will see, and then you can close it if you feel like the ticket is complete. Moving on, pairing and the allocation of orders. So what happens here is you are allocating people who are investing or people who are doing PHs to the people who are actually done their GHs. So it's a recipient to a buyer, or buyer to a provider, a seller to a buyer. You will understand it much better once you start working with it. So what happens here is that at first your system will not have anybody who's withdrawing money or who's withdrawing any funds or whatsoever. But then what you can do is that you can add your own users and make them admins, or create admin orders. So maybe the first 5 orders will be admin based, meaning that people will be depositing money or sending money to such and so on, so which you've created among the system. So we're going to start by doing that first, and then we're going to come back to this pairing. So all you do is just come here, go to your page. Okay, we're just going to add one user to this. So if you see a user here being green, it means that this user is part of the admins which can make requests on the admin area. So this is green, this is green. So let's just take this Haley. We're just going to click here on Haley, and then we're just going to scroll just a little bit down here. This is add members, default private user, or admin. So you just click yes on this and update. Then from that, you just come here, create admin orders. Creating admin orders simply means that those are the people which you have actually changed their status to be as sort of admins. Most of them won't really have access, will not have access to admin area, but then you can use their usernames of their profiles to request funds. And so this is what you do. Come here to create admin orders. Once you're there, you select, we change Haley, right? Haley is not here. Oh, yeah, that's Haley. I think that's Haley, right? And then it's not. But then anyway, we're just gonna select Ryan. Ryan will come here. Another thing, the person's email has to be verified for them to show up here, so that they'll get the comms that work around with allocations. So we're gonna come here. We're just gonna say we want to make a GH for this user for 1,500 rands. It could be dollars, depending on what your system is using. Remember that depending on what your system is using. Currently, for these testing purposes, I'm using rands because I'm testing using Doge, which is a South African currency. So we're gonna say create this member order. So we know now we have 1,500 orders. So it was created today, and then you'll see that nothing has been allocated. Now we are gonna go back to System Administrator, pair and allocate orders. Right. So pairing and allocate orders. Recipients are the people who are making GHs, are the people who are requesting money or withdrawing. Then the providers or buyers, donors, are the people who are actually saying they want to invest, or they're doing a PH for a certain period of time to earn a certain X amount of money after a certain amount of days. So we're gonna do that example. So Ryan, we did that. So you can see that Ryan is using a few payment methods. So he's using Standard, he's using Bitcoin Cash, he's using Ripple as currency, right? And then you can see their contact number to start like the order was created today, as we created it a few minutes ago. So we can just select here, then come here. There's nobody who has actually done any of the requesting of investments, if I can put it. So the reason why it hasn't been, because we haven't tested that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come here. This is the the client side, the landing page of the client side. So I'm just gonna log in here and create one order for the client, for this client, if I might put it so. So the client will come here after I wanna for this. They select 2 grand, submit, they confirm, right? Okay, I have not confirmed this. Okay, cool. This I'm gonna pause this and then I'm gonna sort this one out and then I'm gonna come back real quick. Yeah, what's up guys, I'm back. Yeah, there was a minor glitch, but then I'm back to it. So as a client, they log in, they come back here, they say I want to invest for 45k for 100%, if I may say so, and they want to put in 4,000 rands, South African currency at this point. They confirm the payment, the investment or a deposit. So as an administrator, if you come in here to pay and allocate orders, you will see that okay, you have these people who are withdrawing money, and then you will have this person, this only one person who's Dennis, who's actually making an investment of doing a PH, if I put it so. So all you do, you just select okay, Ryan, who wants 1,500 rands, and then if you come here, Dennis is investing what you call 4,000 rands. So basically Ryan only needs 1,500 rand. All you can do is just type 1,500 rand. So 1,500 rand will be subtracted from this 4 grand, and then a transaction will be created of 1,500 rand out of that 4,000 rand. Right, let's do it right now. So while you say pair these or pair these, so a few things happens. Communication emails are being sent to both the person who's supposed to be paying the money and the person who's supposed to be receiving the money. On the person who's paying the money, they say pay so and so this X amount of money, and then the person who's receiving the money, an email goes to him or her and say you're expecting this X amount of money from person so and so. So if you see here, we have this transaction which was created. So Ryan is paying Dennis 1,500 rand. If you click here, we can see a little bit of information there, kind of information, the provider and the recipient. And then one good thing about the system is provider is usually the term which I've used, the recipient is just the term which I've used. But then if you do buy the script, you have the power to, like, it does give you the option to change. You can say maybe a provider, you can say it's a donor, maybe a recipient, it is a recipient, or some people they call them receivers. So you can just do that, and then if this transaction is completed, you can actually do come here and verify this transaction if you do want to verify it, right? If maybe there's been communication between you as an administrator and the person who was making the payment, but then the person who's receiving the payment is not actually confirming that payment. So without wasting any time, I think you do understand here what happens so you can see Ryan is gone from here, right? You can see here Dennis is still on the 4 grand, but 1.5 has been taken off from that, which is this transaction which was created. Right, let's keep on moving. I want to explain the next thing will be creating admin orders. We saw that. So managing disputes are mainly if a person was expecting a certain amount of money from and then that person who's making the payment maybe uploads a fake proof of payment or doesn't make the payment at all, and then they say they've made a payment which is false. The receiver can or has the ability to dispute that payment. So once a payment is being disputed, we see those here. So for testing purposes, I'm going to come here, I'm going to have to refresh. This is the client side now. I'm refreshing the page. I see that I have to pay Ryan. Remember, I created this one. I have to pay Ryan this X amount of money. So these are the payment details for Ryan. This so that I have to do. So payment information. All I do, I click here. I see more details about Ryan, contact number whatsoever. If I have made the payment, I just click here and then I upload a proof of payment of what I received. It's either from a bank or from a transaction ID. If I made a what you call a cryptocurrency payment. So you just do that, you upload, then you cancel once you're done. So the thing is, I didn't want to upload any of the pages because I'm just gonna take this one and I'm gonna upload it. Right, So it's been uploaded. You can see that the color changes, and then our status has also changed, so it has been paid. I can view the proof of payment which I uploaded, so Ryan can be able to approve this information if he validates and sees that the payment was actually received. As an administrator, moving on to the administrator now. This, remember, this is the client side. Moving on as administrator, you can come here, you pair allocate orders. You can see that the status has changed. If you go to exchange, this is the image that was uploaded. You can see it, and then if you feel like this is fine, and maybe Ryan sends you a support ticket, and can you confirm transaction? Sorry. So for me as an administrator, you have that power to actually say, okay, I can confirm that, and then you can just confirm on behalf of Ryan, so that becomes confirmed. So the same thing applies. Communications are sent between Ryan and the administrator, and then to the person who was making the payment. So if we do come back here, we will see that this payment is being cleared, right? It has been verified, so everything is done from this case. So everything is sorted. So it made payment to Ryan. It's done, right? I believe that the person who buys the script will have much more time using the script. Everything is pretty much straightforward. Okay, one of the things that I can show you too, that let's say a person, like you saw that we created a 4,000 whenn ph. Now if you want to confirm that as an administrator without having to allocate it, you just come here to auto confirm ph orders. What you do here, you just confirm this and say confirm, so that order on the client side, it will start counting, giving them when they're expecting to get paid. You can see here the timer has already started. So that's how it works. What else? Disputes, yes, as I explained, the disputes. Pet payments is what you saw. Pet payments is like paired between the client and the person who's making payment and the person who's receiving payment. So it was similarly to what you saw on the page. So if there was an image, you will see, you also see status changes over here. And then one other thing, auto GH orders. Let's say you create a person creates an order for, let's say, 2,000 whenn, and then to maybe after 15 days there are no withdrawals, but then you want to push the system for more withdrawals because you see that there's more PHs. All you do is just click auto GH. You just select those people whom are here. So basically you just come here and say auto GH this one, so this one will be withdrawn, right? Yes, will be withdrawn like 4 grand. The expected is 8,000 because it was 100% type of a thing. So you just come here, you say withdrawn. But then right now I can't do it because, as you can see here, that this investment of this PH is still pending to 2.5 grand, right? So I can't do anything right now. Okay, let's move on. Many frequently asked question has been explained. Basically, if you want to explain something, so you come here and say how to. You see how to. I'm just going to do some demo text. How to. Then you have to make sure that you do publish your thing, your FAQ. Once it's done, as a client, as they log in, if they come here to the news, and you can see here, they will see those details. You can either edit what you have, or just edit it, or just unpublish it to make sure that it doesn't show. So how testing an app. So if you come here and then we do a refresh, reload or something, you can see that one is gone, so you're left with the other one. And then yeah, so if I can briefly just explain the client side around just a little bit. So if you're here, so you see all your stats. So news updates is which I'll explain just in a few. Okay, deposits is those amounts of PHs, withdrawals, balances, and earnings. So anything that you've deposited, the earnings will be shown here, like on the daily earnings of how much we have. Then bonuses will be printed here. The number of referrals will be here, which are downlines. The amount which you can allocate it to pay will be here. amount which has been allocated to receive over here. Then here the grouping of both the two, and then here simple steps showing how many reviews have you posted, and then how many activities or timeline activities do you have within them. And then for referral purposes, you just come here and then you use the this referral address to refer new members. Remember, this is local, so this won't work, so we have to take it from what you have on your script. And then over here there's a listing of your deposits, the listing of your withdrawals if they do exist, and then the transactions which you need to deposit and the transaction which you need to receive. So that's how it works. So as for the account settings are pretty much straightforward. Personal information at the top, payment information here, and then security where you're changing your passwords and just whatnot. Payment information, your bank details, your Ethereum. An administrator can set to allow Ethereum, allow Ripple, allow Bitcoin Cash, allow a lot of things. They can also select whether they want to use local only, or they can use both local and cryptocurrency. I'm just going to show you that in a few. New news FAQs, you saw that. Referrals teams just shows you if you do have referrals, they will show up here. So any bonus that you've earned within them, or if you have any pending withdrawals, will be shown here. The amount which has been confirmed by administrator or has been allocated will be shown here. Activities, like I explained, activities, it shows you how many activities have you created. They are broken down in terms of dates. You can see that I have to page 2, so I can move on to the next page. I'm just gonna have to have something. Okay, sorry about that. Moving on to user testimonials. User testimonials is where people post testimonials which are being seen by the whole community. So I can just copy this and paste here and post it. It won't appear here instantly. Sorry about that, guys. I'm very sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. We're back to it. So here we post it. So remember, it won't appear. Okay, so the user will try again. Okay, I think there are more issues over here. I'm just gonna skip this. Means I will make sure that everything that is on the script has been edited. And let's see. I'm sorry.